I want to start our program, Greg, if you don't mind, to start off at least by first saying, again, we're still in the middle and getting towards the end of this whole thing we're in, this whole virus thing. And, you know, myself, my family, your family, we're all going through this together. I just want everybody to know out there, we've been very blessed here at Devon Nissan. Not one case that we know of has come out of the store, has been into the store, and we've been blessed. And I just want to thank everybody that did shop here last month. We did the best we could to help everybody we could out. Myself, I received over 300 calls. Some of them were about buying a car. Some of them were just trying to how to get out of their vehicles, how to get through the leases. There was a number of different cases on people had to extend their payments. I had 1-800 numbers that they could call. And I want to thank everybody. And I just want everybody to know out there, you know, again, from my family to yours, God bless you, God bless your family, God bless my family. I just want to let everybody know out there, we're going to start the program now. I've got some good sales for this month, and we're going to do the very best we can. We're still shopping online. We're being very careful on how many people we can have in the showroom. Everything's really done by appointment only. So again, by calling me direct, my number will be all over the screen. Again, I'm 484-323-7254. You're going to call me direct. You'll see the number on the bottom of the screen through this whole 30-minute show. Don't worry about it. Give me a call. Again, like I said, I had 350 calls last month. I handled every single call myself. So call me. I urge you to call me. Let's get this thing. Let's get through this thing, and let's do what we can to have a good, enjoyable summer. All right, Greg, let's shoot it over to you right now.
Okay. So, Steve, you know, one of the things that has really been, it's actually been interesting to see develop here is during this time, you've always been a guy that has been available. I mean, you've always talked about it in your advertisements and different things that you're always on the showroom floor. You know, you're the only dealer that I've ever known to keep an office on the showroom floor, and that was from day one that I've met you. Still holds true today, but something you've entertained and have really done that's really helped people because, you know, one of the things that I think we've all experienced, and certainly you have to a degree, is the fear that goes along with this COVID-19 pandemic. And you've kind of taken away some of the fears because during this time you have introduced a direct phone number where you will actually speak directly with the customers by calling that, you know, that 484 phone number. And you can actually talk to Steve, and that to me has just really, really helped because, you know, the people that have been in the showroom that I've talked to that are here for appointments, they have come up to me and say, you know, this is really great what Steve has done. I can ask him about a lease turn-in. I can ask him about extending my payments, about how to make their first 6 payments. And it takes away some of that fear, and then they can come down here and know with confidence that you can help them. Talk to us about that, Steve. It's great. It really is.
I just found out after all my years in the car business, and they say, you know, you're never too old to learn. And what I've learned through this whole thing, that people want to be able to call who's in charge, talk to somebody that can be a decision maker. They don't like the going back and forth. You can call me. I can tell you what your car is worth. I can tell you what your payments are going to be. I can tell you whether I can get you approved at a bank or not. I certainly aren't going to waste your time, have you come all the way down here. I can't right now. We're still in the yellow phase. I can't load up my showroom and just have you come in, sit down for an hour to find out that you can't get approved. We're trying to do the best we can to make sure all the pre-approvals are done ahead of time. There are certain cases where you have to come in. You may have to do an interview with the bank, representative and ourselves here. There are them certain times if we're trying to get a tough deal approved. But we're trying to do the best we can because we're running very limited staff. We haven't called everybody back to work. Now I'm hoping in the next 7 to 10 days, when the governor gives us the okay, I can bring back all my staff. Right now I'm running with a very limited staff. That's why I'm trying to do what I can to help and take a lot of these calls. But what it's done for me has gotten me back in touch with you. You know, you can do these commercials and you rely on everybody on your team to tell you what people are looking for, what they're doing this, what was going on here. But a lot of times it's getting it from what we like to refer to as the horse's mouth. I'm getting it right from you now. What you're looking for, what cars you're looking for that maybe I don't carry in stock. What are you looking for your payments to be? What is the problems out there? And a lot of this, we found out, is a lot of people owe more money on their trades than they ever have before. for whatever reason, I don't know what's happened in the last couple of years, but for anybody that's bought a car in the last 1 to 2 years, they seem to owe more money on their car than it's really worth. I don't know what happened. I think there's been a lot of flexibility in the bank buying deals. And I think at these higher interest rates, and again, you know, the first year or two is all interest on a loan at the end of the day. So it's putting people, they make 24 payments, and if they borrowed 20 grand, they might owe 18.5. And they know after 2 years, that car's gone down 4,000 or 5,000. So it puts them in a $4,000 or $5,000 bad situation right from the start.
Wow.
All right,
That's
then you
tough.
have a little fender bender, or the car has a bad Carfax all of a sudden. You had a little bumper, and the insurance company registered your car now as an offender and had an accident in Philadelphia. So now you're registered as an offender. No pun intended, fender, offender. Only a little humor, folks.
It's pretty good, actually.
All right. So at the end of the day, we've got to get through all that for you. I've got to be able to take whatever dealer cash that I have, a lot of this money that the manufacturers are giving us dealers. I've got to extend that to you now to get you out of this situation and do my part in trying to help people get back in a good loan. Because let's face it, what makes you feel better than buying a new house, buying a new car, buying new clothes? Well, unfortunately right now you can only shop online. You can't go to the mall and spend a half a day trying on a bunch of things. You got to do everything from the house. To me, that takes all the fun out of shopping, for me. And there's a lot of people probably in my age category that feel the same way. You want to be able to touch, feel. The only things that are left, you can't go out to dinner.
It's true.
You can't do anything. You can't go to a movie.
It's true.
So there's nowhere to relieve stress unless you're a jogger and you want to run in the park. They've just opened up, if you golf, I do. They've opened up some of the golf courses.
That was a big day for you, wasn't it, when the courses reopened?
When the course opened up, I was right there. But, you know, again, you have to keep your distance.
Yes.
You can't have anybody caddying for you. You've got to have one person in the cart, so you can't sit there with a buddy and talk as you're golfing. So, you know, they've taken a little bit of fun out of even golfing. So what we got left to do is you can come down and drive a car. You can touch the car. You can feel the car. You interact with myself and my salesperson, with my manager. We can still do that to a limited crowd, but we can still do that. They haven't taken that away, and it's going to get better. And I feel at the end of this month, hopefully, we get somewhat back to even more normal. But right now, it's not there. We're still in yellow phase. I still want to be able to hear from you. Call me. And again, I'll use my old phrase, if I can't get you finance, nobody can.
Well, you've proven that to be the case time and time again.
And now you're talking directly to me, and I'm not going to lose face. I'm going to do whatever I can to get that deal approved for you, put whatever I got to put on your trade. You're going to be going down the road in a car. Hopefully I can keep your payment the same, or in some cases lower it.
Wow.
So that's what we're hoping to do, Greg. I'm Steve Silverio from Devon Nissan, and I'm just here to help you. Here's some of the ways that I can assist. First, I can make your next 6 payments, or 0% for up to 84 months, trade amnesty, credit amnesty, and to help make this process even easier, call me direct now at 484-323-7254. No matter what, remember, I'm here for you, and may God bless. And remember, just do the deal.
Would you say it's a fair statement that right now that obviously your dealership, along with the lending institutions that are out there and the resources that are available, all those things combined, you're probably able to help people even more now than ever? You know, whether it's getting out of a trade with the resources because maybe they owe too much on it, or perhaps a negative credit situation. Do you have more flexibility probably right now because of this situation that we're in?
Well, let me tell you what I think psychologically this has done for both sides.
Okay.
For the automotive side, the bank side, and the consumer side.
Okay.
Consumers are coming up, and again, the situation hasn't changed. Like I told you, they owe more in the car than it's worth. They have little or no money down, especially during this, because a lot of people still aren't working. You're collecting unemployment. Some people are collecting more unemployment than what they made, from what I'm understanding. God bless you that are. But there are some people out there that aren't. A lot of people are still out of work. A lot of uncertainty still going on.
There is.
Is your employer going to hire you back? People don't know this. So what I will say, my partners, my banks, the manufacturer, Nissan has a Nissan Motor Acceptance, NEMAC we call it, for short term, have been very, very helpful to me on getting some of these deals done at very low interest rates, getting the exceptional terms to keep those payments low. The banks that we're working with, the team that I have here now, again, just go on and look at our Google reviews. That says it all. and every one of those customers, I think, dealt from the heart last month. You can see we probably got 100 Google reviews last month, 80, 90.
That's pretty good.
And there was a couple in there that, hey, and to me, that just added to the reality of it all. But there was 90% of them were absolutely great, okay? I'm going to tell you this. We're going to do the same thing this month. It's now June. This is the time that all the kids are getting out of school.
Oh, yeah, this is the summertime.
Right, everybody's going on vacation, but as we know, the kids have been out of school now 2 months, a month and a half.
Oh, yeah.
So your kids aren't getting out of school. What I'm finding out, too, is that there's not a lot of vacations. I looked online the other day to go down to Florida to see my kids. I can stay at a 5-star, 4-star hotel for $48 a night.
Yeah, some real deals out there right now, all over.
$48 a night. I can fly first class for $340. So that tells me that there's nobody going on vacation. All right? So what are people going to do? They're going to be home.
Staycation with that new car.
Right, staycation. Okay, and I think what people are trying to do is make themselves feel good about everything we're going through and treat themselves. And I think people enjoy the way we're doing business now. We're doing a lot of it online. We're not wasting time. You know everything before you get here. You know your payments. You know what everything's going to cost you. You know just about everything that's going on, so which is great. I enjoy this way of business. I don't enjoy how we got here, but I wish I would have thought about this a long time ago the way we're doing it. I really did.
It's great to connect with people, even if it's virtually.
I'm telling you, it does take a lot of my time up during the day. I mean, think about this. One of these commercials air at 10 o'clock.
At night.
At night.
You're on the phone.
Right, well, hey, a couple of nights I picked up. Well, I'm going like this. I said, I was outside. I was sitting there. Phone's ringing. I said, and it's coming from Devon Nissan because just so everybody knows, it goes through the Devon switchboard. So we can obviously log the call coming through so we know where it's coming from, because if I don't pick it up, I want to be able to know who to call back. So it's very important, remember this, that if you call me and I don't pick up and I'm on the phone with somebody else,
You're going to call them back.
I'm going to call them back, but I need your number. I can't see caller ID, so I can't see the number you called from. So make sure you leave me your number, and I will call you right back. I promise you. I don't care what it is.
What do people say, by the way, when you call them up? Hey, Mr. Jones, this is your pal Steve Silverio. Do they like? You got to be kidding.
They don't believe it. They said, "Is this the guy that just do the deal? Just the same guy that's on the commercial?" I said, "Absolutely. My name's Steve Silverio."
You do call them.
And I call them, and they can't. They said, "We would have never thought. We thought this was all kind of a gimmick. That call this number." And then sometimes the people, when I do call them back, they'll hear that it's a Devon Nissan. You're calling Devon Nissan. Please leave a message. And they leave a message. And then I hear them on the voice recorder. They go, "Oh, I knew this wasn't Steve. This was just for us to get us to call. But here's my number." Then I call them back. I said, "I tell you, I call you back. I called you back." And I've called people back 9:30, 10 o'clock at night if I'm free.
Yeah.
If I'm free, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, I'll call somebody.
When do you sleep, Steve?
Well, hey, listen, most people don't go to bed 9, 10 o'clock. We're in the summer.
Well, you've been here probably till 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Right. Well, sometimes we are. You're right, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30.
Yeah,
the other night, we stayed here. We got out of here at 12:20.
Wow, that's a big
Midnight.
day. Big night.
12:20. And I left at 10:30.
Wow.
Quarter after 10. But these guys wrapped it up. They set the security at 12:20 to help the last customer.
Wow.
I'm Steve Silverio from Devon Nissan, and I'm just here to help you. Here's some of the ways that I can assist. First, I can make your next 6 payments, or 0% for up to 84 months, trade amnesty, credit amnesty, and to help make this process even easier, call me direct now at 484-323-7254. No matter what, remember, I'm here for you, and may God bless. And remember, just do the deal.
Now, something that you have also been doing, I'm telling you, Steve, this, talk about ways to assist people and help them during this situation. One of the awesome ways you've been able to help people, from the obvious things, is making their first 6 car payments. Now, let's think about this. You're one of those people right now that have, been temporarily furloughed or laid off, and you're on a fixed income for temporary purposes, but you need that car, and you realize that you're going to get called back to work a few days from now, whatever the case may be. You want to get a car. You have the 6 payments. Now, a lot of people think that the 6 payments are just deferred, but you're actually making those first 6 payments, aren't you, Steve?
Making those first 6 payments. And I'll tell you where it really helps and works good. And this month, I'm hoping to get more people. See, a lot of people think that they're making the first 6 payments
Means you're just pushing them back.
Yeah, pushing them back, and we're just deferring them. And now we're making the first 6. You got 72. You only got 66 left. But let me tell you, it's been a lot of the tougher credit people call and want me to pay off their trade because you can take either or. You can't get both. So people say, well, I'd rather have you pay off my trade. Don't worry about 6 payments. I said, all right, but I can still push your payment out for a month and a half, 2 months. And if we do it with Nissan, I get 90 days and pay off your trade.
That's probably the best of both worlds there.
Yeah, you get 3 months and you get Nissan. But watch, a lot of the better credit, all right, that maybe are doing a lease turn-in. Think about this now. You're doing a lease turn-in. Take the 6 payments. Now you only got 30 left. You had 36 when you started. You got 30 when you leave.
That's pretty good. I didn't realize you could do it on leases.
Yeah, you make your first payment up front anyway, which I'll make for you. So yeah, you're gonna have 30 payments left.
Wow.
All right. So let me tell you something.
I just learned something there too.
Yeah, take advantage of it, folks. Come on.
Now,
come down and test me.
Now, does that actually work on? Is that program available, Steve, if somebody's interested in a pre-owned car? Because I know you've got a great selection here.
Listen, if I can get the banks to approve the loan for you, and I can do whatever I got to do, and you come in without a trade and you want to do the 6 payments, present it. At the time you walk in here, let the salesperson know, let myself know, let one of my managers know, I need this first 6 payments taken care of. I don't want no payments till January 1. And that's going to be a condition of the deal. So
the 6 payments is a great way. We talked a little bit about the trade situations. What about right now during these times? Are you still able to do the tough credit stuff like you've always been able to do, Steve, or has that been even more prevalent than before or less prevalent, the tough credit?
Some banks have pulled back, I'm not going to lie. You know, we've had 27, 28 banks for the longest time. I've probably got 18 active banks right now that will do what we're talking about, because let's face it, a lot of my ads over the years, you know, in 47 years of doing this, 30 of the 47 years have always been in markets that are tough markets, tough credit, you know, high expenses like Philadelphia, very, very high in expenses, still running minimum wages back from prehistoric days of what, $7.25 or 50 cents, whatever the minimum wage is. I don't certainly pay anybody that here. So, you know, how do you make $7, $8 an hour minimum wage in a city like Philadelphia? It costs 2 to 3 times more to live in. So you're going to expect bad credit, tougher credit. People can't afford it, but they need a car. Nobody wants to travel on a bus everywhere you go. You want to go out. You want to be able to stay out. You want to be able to go to Jersey. You don't want to be in the back of a bus or on a subway. New York City's a little different. You know, when I was a kid growing up in the city, we took subways everywhere. We didn't even care about a car. Car was a pain in the neck because you never find where to park. Gas was too much. Cars broke down, and you always had dings and dents because everybody was always hitting you. Cabbies would run by you and sideswipe you. We took subways. So you didn't have to worry about it.
You get around a lot faster that way, too.
And we got a lot faster because you're in the city. But here, you need a car. You need a car. And my job is to make sure that I get you a car at a good price and a low monthly payment. Pay off your trade no matter what you owe. That's what my job is. That's what I'm going to do. And we're going to continue doing that for June. I've been doing it for 30 years. We did over 11,000 automobiles at my previous Chevy store in the 6 years I was there. On Roosevelt Boulevard, a lot of you people know it. Okay, a lot of people remember it. A lot of people still come from over there to here to buy a car from me because they know we were able to get the deal done. And again, you know, I don't put as much emphasis on it like I used to, but we are still, and I am still, the just do the deal guy. And I will get the deal done. I'm Steve Silverio from Devon Nissan, and I'm just here to help you. Here's some of the ways that I can assist. First, I can make your next 6 payments, or 0% for up to 84 months, trade amnesty, credit amnesty, and to help make this process even easier, call me direct now at 484-323-7254. No matter what, remember, I'm here for you, and may God bless. And remember, just do the deal.
Safety is really important here during these times at Devon Nissan. Am I right, Steve? Safety of customers.
It's number one.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you know.
And you want to let them know that they should not be fearful to come here because you're practicing all the CDC guidelines.
Yes, if you look at our service department, they're spraying down the cars. We're washing all the cars, sanitizing all the cars. We got all the plastic around the steering wheel. Put a plastic around the door handles. We're always wiping and washing constantly. Like I said, knock on wood, when we first started this, we've had nobody. Now watch, you know, I don't want to jinx myself, but we've had nobody that I know of that's come in here and has got anything even significantly close to the virus. Myself, I've been here now running April and May myself in the showroom every day. All right, April we were still taking calls. We couldn't sell cars, couldn't deliver cars, but in April we were still taking calls. We were lining people up thinking that we were going back to work May 1st. Well, that May 1st now turned into June 4th or 5th. And they've given us the yellow, which means we can run half capacity in our showroom.
And appointments.
And appointments, all right?
And test drives.
And test drives. I still like the idea of what we're doing. Everything's done by appointment only. That gives you, the consumer, the quality time that we need to spend with you and not rush you out of here. If I got a line of people, usually on a Saturday, out the door, and we do a quick interview and, okay, we can't do anything, goodbye. This way we're able to work the deal online. My team can take the time. If it takes a day for you to get here, they've got a whole 24 hours to put you with the right bank for the lowest amount of money. That's out of your pocket and out of mine. So we both get a good call from the bank. We don't needlessly need to overspend and spend more money with the banks. To me, the banks make enough money. Let's save you the money first as a consumer and me money the second as the car dealer, and let the bank take it off their end, okay? So give us time to get it, get the appointment done, make an appointment. We have everything here for you. The car's ready to go, and then we can do what we have to do.
Steve, here at Devon Nissan, there are many things that really make your dealership special. And for many years, you've always talked about the people. The people being the customers and the people being your team. Now, obviously, you've shared it on this program today that you want to stay connected with the customers. You may not be able to go, high-five them and give them hugs and all that kind of stuff that you normally do. It's been tough for us because Steve's a contact kind of guy, and it's been tough for him. Trust me, I know. He finds himself having to back off when he really doesn't want to. But anyway, one of the things that your team really does is they take your cue, and they really care about the details of the person. Example, they'll talk to somebody that has a trade issue, and they know that trade issue is something that is very, very challenging. They're going to come to you because they care about getting that customer help. They'll come to you and say, Steve, this is the situation with this trade. They're $10,000, they're $15,000 upside down. This is what the book shows. Can you stretch? Because they care. What is it about your team, Steve, that makes them so much focused on the customer? A lot of times, sales guys are more focused on what's best for them, but your staff isn't. They're focused on what's best for the customer, for the John Doe, the Susie Q.
I'll just say it like this. Not to knock any of the other dealers in the town. Listen, a lot of dealers out there, we have a lot of good dealers in Philadelphia. They all want to do business their way. What I find here, and my team takes it from me. Customer comes in, we greet them, I greet them. Again, your credit score does not define who you are.
No.
And a lot of times you walk into a dealership and the first thing they do is they want to pull your credit. Then they look at it. Oh my God, you're a 400. Oh my God, you're a 380. Oh my God, you're a 520. And right away they go like this. I've worked in stores like that in my tenure, my 47 years. And the thing that was most disheartening to me as a consumer, as a salesperson, is when I had a deal. The customer said, I want to buy a car today, Steve, and I bring it to the desk. And the manager goes, oh my God, you got a 400. What are you going to do with that? Go get me 10 grand, go get me 5 grand. Well, if they had 5 grand, they wouldn't be here.
It's true.
They need our help. And too many times, and I said, if I ever get my own store, I'm going to go after this because this is a market that people need our help. And again, I'm just going to tell you, 68 to 70% of the people in the Philadelphia metro market have below a 580 FICO score. You are the majority. You are not the minority. This is the market I live with. This is the market I attack every day. This is the market I love. Give me the challenge. Bring your deal in. Bring your trade. Bring your family. Bring your friends. Bring whoever you want to bring. We're going to get the deal done. That's what I do. I'm Steve Silverio from Devon Nissan, and I'm just here to help you. Here's some of the ways that I can assist. First, I can make your next 6 payments, or 0% for up to 84 months, trade amnesty, credit amnesty, and to help make this process even easier, call me direct now at 484-323-7254. No matter what, remember, I'm here for you, and may God bless. And remember, just do the deal.
If a bank tells you Steve, I don't know. You've been known to turn up the heat a little bit, maybe push a little bit, maybe cry a little bit. What is it about the relationships that you have with the banks when they're on the fence? You get them to say yes. What is it about that,
Listen,
Steve? What is about those relationships?
I got on the phone just Saturday with Nissan. We had a deal with a gentleman that was way out of whack in a loan he had. 23-year-old kid. How he got approved on the first car, but he put down $7,000. His payments were $680 a month. He owed $58,000 on a truck.
Oh my goodness.
That was worth $31.
That is buried.
That's buried. So
that's trouble.
I ended up telling him straight out of the bunker, son, you're 23, you work hard, you have a couple good lines of credit, not a lot, but a couple, and every bank is saying the same thing. They just don't want to take that much expense and lay it over into the new car. So what I had to do, I made 4 calls. It took me 4 times, and I made 4 calls to different dealers to buy that trade because it was a nice one. It was a beautiful trade, and it was a one-of-a-kind type trade. We got the trade. I got the proper money on the trade. Then I went to work with the bank and said, listen, I've got a dealer to buy that car for $5,000 more than it was worth because it was a one-of-a-kind low-mileage truck, and trucks right now are a commodity. They're hot as hell. We ended up doing it. Then the bank said, okay, I'll ride with you. I came up with $4,000 more in dealer cash. The kid put $4,000. I got to give the young man credit. He put $4,000 cash. I put $4,000. I matched $1 what he put. I told him, you put up 4, I'll put up 4. I gave him $8,000. And then the bank said, well, you got 5 from the dealer. You got 4 from him, 4 from you. Everybody's participated, but guess who? The bank. I said, well, listen, everybody's participated on this deal. And listen, you're writing a lot of business with us. We do a lot of business with you, Mr. Banker. Do me a favor. Please bring this up to the next level, and please research this deal and let me know what you can do and what you can't do.
So what did they say when you asked them to participate?
They came back. But here, the beauty of the deal was the kids' payments were almost $700 a month. I got the kids' payments down to $310.
Wow.
Sold him another car. So I reduced his payment by half. The bank had to say, you got his payment down to half.
You had to be his new best friend.
The kid's new best friend. I was the bank's new best friend, too. Okay, because they ended up getting the deal the way they wanted it. They got the deal, and we all had to put this money.
The banks may end up calling you for other dealers and say, Steve, here's the problem. What do we do here? Exactly. But that goes to show just how much you care. So, Steve, we began this program today by you talking to the people, and I think that's a great way to end. But before we give you that couple of minutes here at the very end to say goodbye, I just want you to mention the programs that are really prevalent right now. Obviously, Trade Amnesty is cooking, Credit Amnesty, and of course, you're going to make their first 6 car payments. That's a great option. You could choose from those programs, find out which one works best for you. So, Steve, knowing that those programs are available, take a minute and talk to the folks and really let them know the things that you can do to help as we kind of wrap up our visit here at the all-new Devon Nissan.
Well, first of all, we got 0% for 84 months. I want to get that in there.
That's big.
That's big. There's low interest rates out there for everybody. And again, I just want to finish this up. And again, it's very difficult for myself. Been around a long time to talk about this. But I just want you to know, again, from our family to your family, I hope and I pray for everybody out there. Let's get through this together. We'll get through this. We've gone through a lot worse in this country. We've been tested a ton of times, and we're going to be tested again. We're going to get through this. But I want to just tell you, God bless your family. From my family to yours, may God bless everybody out there. Let's come in. Let's talk about it. Give us a call. Call me direct, 484-323-7254. My phone's always on. Please, and may God bless you all.